Yeah, I have a whole draw. Hey, everybody, we are live right now. And these are my new toys. Aren't those nice? You know why I have those, right? Because I'm the captain.
Hey, you need to do
I love
this.
them.
Do
I
the
love
Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder.
them.
Come
So
on
that's
now.
the bib look. The bib look. Yeah. I told
Yes.
him,
It's a good
I
one.
know this is horrible, but yeah, for those of you who don't know the bibster, which is Mr. Molly. Oh,
Hmm.
he would hate that, wouldn't he? Yeah, he happens to be a blind guy. And I mean that in the most respectful way. Why do see Phyllis is cringing, but it's not like he doesn't know it. It's, I
That's
don't
true.
know.
He knows it.
That's
They call
true.
me the Avon lady because,
That's
so he's a
right.
blind guy. It's just
He's
what
the
he's known
blind
for.
guy. I need to have
Right,
it put on a t-shirt for him because when you run into somebody and they don't know you're blind, they want to hit
right.
you. And you
And
don't want that to happen.
since he's losing it over time, you get tricked into thinking he's not the blind guy just
Yeah.
because he's not totally blind yet.
Yeah.
True.
But what you were saying before about the whole Stevie Wonder thing, no, it's right, right. But see, every time I think of that, I think about I forewarned him when he came up here and he was driving up to Girl Scout camp with me. He
Right.
offered to bring the trunk, but I've ridden with you two before, and he's a backseat driver.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
bad,
Oh, is
bad. Oh, you
he?
didn't know that,
He
Phyllis?
is.
No, I
Oh,
did not know
He
that.
bad.
he pumps the floorboard, Phyllis. He pumps the floorboard. Oh my
It's not
goodness.
the
Yeah.
floorboard pump that would aggravate me. It's the yapping. So
That's it.
so I
Stop
said,
it. Did you see that?
I said, listen here, Bib, listen here. If you so much as open your
Mhm.
pie hole while we're going up there to Vermont, I said, I will let you out on the side of the road. I do not care if you're a blind guy. You can stand on the side of the road and go, where are my people? I don't
Oh
see
my
my people.
gosh.
I don't care. I know you'll be out. So he
Oh,
was
that's so funny.
very smart and did not say a peep during the whole thing, the whole ride up there. He was awesome.
That's
And
funny.
luckily for him and everybody, that was the time we were leaving the trunk because it was on the ride home one time. Did you know this one, Phyllis? Oh.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
think I
get
heard this one.
right. Oh, Molly knows where I'm going. Yeah, so I get there. The kid's probably, I don't know, like 8 or something, maybe younger, 7 or 6 or 8, right around there. Sorry, dog. And I pull up into the parking spot at Girl Scout camp, get out, and I can already smell something. And I'm thinking, please, baby Jesus,
Please, baby
let that
Jesus.
not be the smell of my trunk.
Please, baby
Please.
Jesus. I've never
Yeah,
heard that
please,
before. Please, baby Jesus. Please,
let that
baby
not be the
Jesus.
smell of my trunk. And as I
Oh
got
my
closer
gosh.
to the thing, I thought, oh my God, it's my trunk. It's my trunk. Sure enough, the kid had, I don't know, peed his pants somewhere in the week and put them in the
Oh
trunk
no.
along with clothes that they'd worn, the swimming stuff. So the whole thing was a big ball of, let's see, the lake smell, peed my pants smell, the whole
No.
thing. And
No.
matter of fact, back then I didn't realize that I should have just abandoned the trunk. I should have just abandoned the trunk at the nearest dumpster and then started over because I never was able to clean those clothes so they smelled right. But
Right.
instead, we put it in the car, tried to shut it enough so that it wouldn't smell, didn't work, and hung our heads out the window the whole ride home. Yeah, I know how you feel.
Nasty. Nasty.
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
Hashtag nasty. Ew.
But yeah, I'm glad we're past that little
Yes.
because that was
Yes.
so gross.
Yes. Not
So
good.
anyway, yeah, and we were by ourselves that time when I went to get the kid, but I knew the minute I opened the door and I'm like, oh please do not be my trunk. I should have known that was coming. Should have known. Well, now a lot of people are going to be seeing this today that don't know your situation. So if you don't mind, Miss Molly, and the
Yes.
reason Phyllis is on today, thankfully, is because she's been spearheading the fundraising effort and did all the work to set up the GoFundMe page and everything. So if you don't mind, if you could give us a recap minus the snot bubble crying. That would be awesome.
I make no promises. I make no
Oh,
promises.
okay.
Okay.
We'd like a recap at the beginning first so that everyone
Okay.
knows what's going on, and then how we can all help and the progress and stuff. That's what
Gotcha.
we're hoping for, okay?
Gotcha. Okay.
Please.
In May, I thought I had hurt myself while I was on the treadmill. And I noticed that there was a bulge, a little like bulgy place on my side. And the bulge didn't hurt. It was like whatever was going on inside hurt. And, but I don't have medical insurance. So, I'm like, I'm not going to the emergency room just for this. This is not happening. So basically my prayer was, God, if I should have this checked out, you're going to have to show me. Little did I know that 24 hours later, the spot became like really uncomfortable. And I was starting to think, I don't know what I did, but it did something. So I went to the emergency room. Initial tests were all very good. Blood work, all of that stuff. They were righteously confused and said, we're going to do a CAT scan just to make sure everything's okay there. And when they did, they came back and they said they saw something on my left kidney and they wanted to do an ultrasound. So I was like, oh, okay. So they came in, they did the ultrasound, and they found that there was a mass on my left kidney. So, obviously there was shock. I was stunned. Like I'm waiting for him just to give me a pill to say, oh, well, it's going to heal. Just take these. It's going to be all right. Come to find out that the thing that was on my side is actually just a little fatty mass. But the problem is it probably has some blood vessels or it's sitting on a nerve. So the guy said, this is crazy. I can't believe that we have found this. He said, you have no symptoms. Your blood work shows anything. He said, every time that thing on your side hurts, he said, just be thankful because we found this because we gave you a CAT scan for that thing that's hurting your side. So it was kind of like divine intervention, to be honest. Otherwise, they would have never found it. So they sent me to the oncologist, and he was, again, stunned that we had even found this. He said, this is amazing. It is very early. He said, I can't tell you if this is cancer or if it's not because we won't go in and just biopsy it. We remove it, and then we send the biopsy out. He says, but I believe this is way early and that there's not going to be, there probably won't be any chemo. There probably won't be this. He says, I can't guarantee anything, but that's what it looks like to me. So they sent me to Wake Forest Baptist Hospital, which is one of the top hospitals in North Carolina. Very thankful. Immediately, the urologist I saw, they were just wonderful. I knew I was in the place that I should be for this. While we were there, and of course, I'm glad they found the kidney thing, but I'm like, I still have all this discomfort on my side. So what are we going to do about this? And he said, it's amazing. Once again, where I'm going to have to cut you to take this. He said, should be able to go right up and remove this fatty mass too. He says, and we can solve them both in the same surgery. I was snot bubble crying right then. I just want you to know, because he said he could
Don't do that now.
No, I was like me and Dr. M were hugging it out. Like,
Oh, geez, you were hugging the doctor.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was horrifying on my face right there.
Haven't you watched Grey's Anatomy? Everybody hugs the doctors.
They hug their doctors?
Yes.
Oh, I would never hug my doctor. Oh, no.
Wilbur, I'm a hugger. Are you kidding me? Really?
Oh my God.
And let's interject here just quickly.
Okay.
You went right by I don't have insurance. I don't want people to judge you for that because the reality is a lot of people can't afford insurance. It wouldn't have even really mattered because half the time, I'm paying like $700 a month for insurance. I have big giant deductibles on stuff, and it wouldn't have mattered. I'd still have a problem.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Because I'm not going to lie, I did kind of feel like a loser initially because I'm like, oh my goodness.
No, this could be any one of us. Any one of us.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter how much that you earn or how much that you pre-planned. There's the kid. Oh, the kid.
Is kid there?
Yay. Yeah. Oh, there's the kid. Sorry, the kid's home. Yeah. So, but it wouldn't matter. So I just want to say, if you're watching this, don't be a judgy McJudgy because it wouldn't matter. This is just we just have to deal with what is anyway. So, okay,
right.
sorry, go on.
So he said he could, and of course they were fully aware right there at the time of visit that I didn't have insurance. So he gave me the people to contact at the hospital. He says, we don't know if they can do anything for you, but go over there, see if they can. And he scheduled the surgery then for October the 7th, which is in 2 days. Now this was in July that this happened. So we, through all these months, have been attempting to go through that process, checking out everything from Medicaid, you make too much. Now to get any insurance, it would be great even if I could afford it, but they're not going to pay for this. They're not going to backdate it. Matter of fact, they're going to go, ixnay, we ain't doing it. But they were trying to see if there were programs in the hospital that could help me. Obviously, they have the ability to discount a surgery if they choose to. There's been talk about that, but it hasn't been done, Wilby. So until it's said that they're going to, I don't count it until it happens. Fast forward, I was thinking, well, they're just going to work with me because that's kind of been what they've said. And on last Thursday, I got a call from the finance department from a lady that was not so nice. And she said, just wanted you to know that we need a deposit of $33,000 today for your surgery. Oh, I was, Wilby. I was like, what? And she said, and we need that by Monday or we'll be canceling your surgery on Thursday.
Gets me so aggravated.
I know every time Phyllis like wants to cuss. Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. So I said, are you serious? Like
Really?
the GoFundMe Phyllis had started it then, and it was people were starting to donate, and that was great. But I was thinking, there is just no way. How do we do this? I did a whole lot of praying. We all put our heads together, and I just thought, we're gonna go after this. I don't know if there'll be people out there who can help or be willing to help, but we've got to make this happen. So it ended up that when the word started getting out, we at that time had about 10,000 raised in a very short amount of time too, may I add, like less than 2 weeks. And I had a donor who came forward and he said, I have $10,000 to donate if your followers and the people who are going to be told about you, if they will match it, if they'll match it for the 10,000. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So that was the message. I'm completely just putting it out there. It was, we've got 10. I've got somebody who's willing to donate 10, but we've got to raise the other 13,000 in order to get, and that's just to get me in the door though, Wilby. It's not to pay the whole bill, but it's to get me in the door and to get the 33,000 together. And I'll tell you, we put that out there, and I mean, like, everything just started happening. Like the clouds exploded or something, and people were finding money in their mattress, and people I didn't know were, and people, I mean, in the matter of an hour of us putting that out there, there were 387 shares on this post. So when we did the last live stream with you to kind of give an update, we had hit that, we hit the 33,000, but we went over. I mean, fishes and loaves here, let me just say, for my biblical people here. And we raised $39,000 at that time.
Wow.
To get me in,
wow.
which was amazing. In the meantime, an update just on numbers. As of late last night, we had hit 45,000.
Oh, wow.
324.
Do
And
not stop, bubble cry.
I'm not.
Come
on, keep telling me, Wilby.
Stuff that down there.
I was like, now we have run into some challenges since, because this is not, I don't think, they say this isn't normal. It must not be. They didn't have a plan. The fundraiser was not going to drop. The GoFundMe was not going to drop quickly, according to them. So I had to figure out, how could I tell them? They said I needed it by Monday. They put me in touch with,
by drop, you mean available?
Available.
right?
Exactly.
Okay,
We knew it
okay.
was there, but they say for the very first drop into your accounts, it can take 3 to 7 days.
No,
So
geez.
Phyllis was on this, man. She was talking to these people, and even though they said, look, we've started it, it's according to her bank. We don't know what's going to happen. It may be 5 days, it may be 3 days. On Sunday night, we saw the first amount pending
Whoa.
in the bank account of $16,000 at that time,
Oh,
which is would have put us,
can you
basically
take
where
it
we
off?
needed to be. And so that was a blessing. And then as of this morning, we were able to give them the deposit this morning.
Yay.
I had to be on the phone with the bank at 7 to ask them to
Awesome.
please release the
Awesome.
limit on my debit card so that they could take that amount out, because who does that? It's not like I ever paid anybody that kind of money before in my whole entire life. Can I be honest? So I was looking at the amount going, what? So that is, and then within an hour, the surgical team called me to get all the information that was
Oh,
needed.
good.
So we are like in plan. They're in right now. The surgery is scheduled for 12:30 on Thursday. That could change, and we'll definitely update everybody. And I'm so blessed that it got us in there, and we're even like on our way to hopefully, who knows what can happen. When I look at within a week that there can be $45,000, and I'm like, how could I even doubt that we could raise the rest? How could I even immensely doubt that? Because people have come out of the woodwork. I mean, people that I knew years ago in the corporate world, people who aren't even in Avon anymore. And we've had my tribe has been so giving. I've had people give 2 and 3 times. I have had, it just, to me, I've had people's moms and grandmoms who don't know me, but because this person loves me, or mom, let me tell you about this person. And then they're letting me know, Molly, when you get this, I need you to know that's from my mom. I told your story. And I just was like, I don't know. I'm just going to say, and for all of you who don't believe in God, you know what? It's okay, because I know you believe in something. But I'm going to tell you right now, this kind of thing does not happen unless it is God induced. I am sorry, because people who did not have money found money. People who don't ever share a GoFundMe shared a GoFundMe. People have found a way to give. I mean, Wilbur, I had people who were sending their customers to order from my Avon website so that I would get the commission off of that, because they didn't have money in their hand right then. Willie, these are people who are trying to get to Hawaii. These are reps who are trying to hit goals, and their love, their whatever it is that they have for me, man, they have gone ways that I never thought anybody could go. So, thank you to everybody. You try to thank everybody. In some ways, there's no way to thank people. Some people are sending it anonymously. I got no clue who it is. But it's just amazing. It really is. It's
Well,
amazing. It's a blessing.
what we want to say here too is, so we made it on up over the hill,
Yeah.
but the mountain's still
The
sitting
mountain
there,
is there, girlfriend.
right, and it's awesome, and
Yeah.
we're all grateful for the help so far. But
Yeah.
we need everybody to still share and still give up your
Please.
latte and donate,
Please.
because the reason is now, would the hospital let her make payments the rest of her life? Probably. Do we really want that to be what happens when you're trying to recover from something, that you got to worry about that dark cloud over your head? No, not when there's a possibility that by sharing and a whole bunch of people giving just a few dollars could wipe this out for you. That's why we want to keep after this and keep sharing it, and keep,
please don't lose the momentum. Look, if you have given, thank you. But look, besides prayer, you sharing, and let me put this out there. If you share this, don't forget to let people know how you know me. don't just share the GoFundMe, because most people, when they see a GoFundMe, they're just going to go past. They don't know if it's legitimate. They don't know if it's somebody just doing it. But I've told people, tell your story about me, because there's a reason that you want to share it. So tell people why you want to share it, because people are not necessarily going to be moved by me, but they're going to be moved by what I am to you. And I think that that's on the GoFundMes I have given. It's been about who is sharing this and why is this important to them. And that turns me on to make sure that I give to something that's very, very important. So, and don't think because you did it once, believe me, if you have 1,000 friends, they didn't all see it the first time you shared it. I can guarantee. I had Joanne Niedenheiser. She's had a lot going on. She was away for a week, but she was still on social media, and she did not see it until the day after our dilemma. She didn't see it till Friday, and she texted me and said, how in the world did I miss all of this? And I said, thank you, Facebook, that shadow banning and everything else that they do. Then they shut us down yesterday for 12 hours. So or 7 hours. Let's think about that. Facebook was down, which meant there wasn't much going on with the GoFundMe, because if you can't see it, if you can't refresh, guess what? Nobody is seeing it. So we kind of almost lost a day there in the momentum of everything. So share, pray.
I just want to
Pray for
say
the
also
doctors.
that, a lot of people here, you're going in for surgery, and the surgery is scheduled. It's happening Thursday. But what people have to realize is that after this happens, you're going to have medicine that you're going to have. The prescription medicine is, I could tell you, going through this with my parents right now, the prescriptions that the doctor gives, they like to give prescriptions, and it's very expensive. You're going to have to go for follow-ups. There's going to be a lot of expenses that come after Thursday. It's not just reaching Thursday's point. After Thursday, there's going to be a lot more expenses. That's why people have to just, if you could keep giving, this is going to go on for a little while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you for saying that, Phyllis, because even the lady in the finance department, this new supervisor I got, she said that. She said, listen to me. They're going to be rechecking you at the office. They're going to be more CAT scans to make sure everything's okay. She said, so you don't just celebrate that you've gotten the money to give us. She said, you need to know this is going to be ongoing. So she said, to tell people that's why I put it out there. I don't know what they'll discount, but right now they're telling me between $140,000 and $150,000. And if they do discount something, that's great. But until they see it, I see it in black and white. I'm not believing it.
Right.
So what we've raised is amazing. It's amazing, but it's one of those high rises going up to the top of the mountain, and then it evens out a little bit, but we're not at the top of the mountain. For sure. So so please share it. If you haven't given and you feel led to, please, don't think because you have $1 or $5 that's nothing. It all adds up. So many people have only been able to donate that. That's how we got to this number. We got to this number because of a community getting together with love and sharing. And that's what we do. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's, matter of fact, that's the way of the world right now. Is they've elected presidents with just people giving $5 each. So if all you can give is $5, that's awesome. Skip your latte and give $5 and share it and tell the story, because that's what we need, is a lot of people giving a little bit. That's what'll solve this. And it's not just so that you can get it done. It's so that you don't have that dark cloud over your head for years. Because I mean, I know people that are paying off medical bills like that, and it's not fun. Nothing's right. That is not fun.
But
so.
And it's not. And what Lee has had me doing is, when I go there, I'm like, it's so hard, because you feel so blessed for what has been done, and you're like, I'll look at this number, like I keep going back looking at it, and I'm going, can you believe? And then I'm like, here comes the devil over here, right? He's like, yeah, girl, but come on, because you got 100,000 more. Where are you getting that? And he has said, people are still loving you, and people are still giving, and people who don't know you are still giving. We've just got to keep the momentum going. This is going to show up. Whatever you're supposed to raise, we're going to raise one way or another. So I have to believe that. But of course, when we say that, we don't just throw it out into the wind. We have to stay proactive with anything. If you want something to happen, you kind of know what you need to do. So be proactive and share it. And I can't do it. I have figured out, as independent as I love to be and as proud as I have been, I can't do this on my own. I can't do this on my own. And I have figured out that God says, and by the way, Molly-Stone-Bibb, you're not supposed to do this on your own, because that's how you got the 45,000, because you're not meant to do this on your own. And when I think about that, I think you're right. This is going to come in the timing, but please don't celebrate with me. I'm glad they're celebrating with me. Everybody's so happy that they were a part of this financial miracle. They really are so happy. And if you want to jump on board and get on the miracle, that's fine. That's good. But we still have so much more to do. I mean, we're so blessed with what we've gotten. But yeah, keep sharing, because I'm telling you, I've seen people and watched the comments. One girl said, I've known this person for this many years, blah, blah, blah. And the first thing that one of her friends said is, are there other ways to give besides the GoFundMe? And so then she put the ways down there. And because that name stuck out, 15 minutes later, there was a donation. So see, you're making a difference. They don't have to know me to make a difference in my
So
life.
what we're going to do is we're going to go from here. This is going to go up on YouTube. This is already live in a couple different places. We're going to share this, and we're going to go back through and take that graphic that has the other ways to donate and put it in the comments. So if you're listening to this or watching this, look in the comments if you don't want to deal with the GoFundMe. There'll be the other ways that they can donate to you. That way it'll get everybody's covered however they want to do it. And please give and share. And we're not going to stay on too long because people don't have a big attention span. So now the next time we come, right, including me, the next time we come out though is going to be up to you. We're going to do it after your surgery when you're up to it.
Oh, no, wait a minute, Wilby. I was told by the blind guy,
he's going to come on.
that while I am on the day that I'm having the surgery, that y'all's going to have like a Jerry Lewis telethon going on, and y'all going to get on and say, she's in surgery. Let's do this, right?
That would be awesome.
I was like,
that would be awesome.
That feels like the Jerry Lewis telethon. Just say like back in the day. And he's like,
no, I'm happy to do that because I know I can count on the blind guy not to be snot bubble crying. So I am happy for that. Yes, me and the blind guy. Phyllis, you can get in on this.
Yes, Phyllis, you need to bring them all on. Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna hop off by now. Please share and donate what you can.
Thank you, everybody.
And look in the comments for the links to the GoFundMe and all the other choices. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Yay!
We're still live?
Yay! Oop,